Financial freedom, by definition, is having enough residual income to cover up your living expenses for the rest of your life without having to be employed. This term, although it sounds related to money, but in reality, it is actually related to your time. It lets you take control of your time. If you have good income from various sources that doesn't require your time or fairly less time than doing a 9 to 5 job, then you have more time to do whatever you like. And this is the best thing about financial freedom. And this journey to financial freedom is not an easy task. It takes time and it takes effort in the initial phase of your journey. Today, we're not focusing on how to kickstart that journey, but rather, I'm going to tell you how to prepare for that journey. There are some things that you should have in mind before starting out your journey that will help you reach your goals faster. So without further ado, let's get started. Number one is to avoid debts. We fall in debt when we borrow money from someone or from a bank with an interest that we have to pay on a monthly basis. This interest is the extra money that we are paying in addition to the money that we borrowed. If you have read the famous book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, you probably might have known the terms assets and liabilities. If you haven't, let me give you a brief explanation. An asset is something that brings in money, and liability is something that takes money away from us. The key goal to financial freedom is to build as much assets as you can and by avoid making liabilities. A debt falls under liabilities. It takes away additional money from your pocket as an interest. So avoiding debt as much as you can is the first thing to take note of. I know there can be situations in which you cannot avoid some debts, for example, student loans. It is okay to take it if necessary, but if there lies an option to avoid it, you just have to. Number two is to clear out your debts ASAP. As said earlier, debt is a liability and you should always say no to it. If you have any existing debt that is lying around, you should find a way to clear it off as soon as possible. A debt comes with a price, an interest. You have to pay an interest for each and every debt you have, and the longer the time you take to clear out your debt, the more loss of money from your pocket. You do not want that to happen, so think and find a way to clear it off ASAP. Number three is to don't be so certain about the future. This goes for people who invest all their money, like all their profit they gain, and saving up very little. This is definitely not a good habit. Like investing money is great, but too much of it is not good. Just remember the days of COVID. No one really knew that it would come up. No one had any predictions that such a massive pandemic would rise up all of a sudden, and many of us had to change our whole plans for the past 2 years. So don't be so certain about your life. Things can go wrong and right at any point of time. So the best thing is to always have a backup savings that you can use for various emergencies like health. And this goes for taking products on EMIs too. If you have the money to buy something right now and then, just do it rather than taking it for monthly installments. First thing is, most of these monthly installment plans comes with an interest, which is literally extra money you are paying. And the other is, the same thing as I said, you cannot be so sure about the future. So clearing out as much liabilities as you can is the best thing you can do. Number four, know before you invest. Nowadays, people has many more options than previously to invest their money than just saving up in their bank account. Although saving up your money in the bank account does give you some extra money every month as interest, but there are more better ways to do it now, like investing in stocks, cryptos and all. But the most problematic thing I've seen that people do when it comes to investing is they're not doing it right. I've seen many people who just blindly follow some YouTubers and invest their money onto something which they don't know much about, and even they don't know how those investment plan works. Just remember that not all YouTubers are your friends, not even me. So even if someone gives you an idea that seems really good, research on that topic on various resources on the internet and find the actual pros and cons of it. And then when you finally get a good understanding on that topic, then decide what to do and so you know what to expect. Number 5. The power of side hustles. On these days, side hustles are definitely the term that is trending. The side hustle is a business that goes around in the background and contributes as a source to your income. This is a great way to increase your overall income. The benefits of having different sorts of side hustles is that first, you will have multiple streams of income. Second, if any one of them goes wrong, the other ones are still not affected and they still continue to support you financially. And the third, if these side hustles are scalable to a larger business, you are having more chances to create a large business out of it, which can even surpass the income from your main job or work. But choosing your side hustle needs some homework, like not everything works for everyone. It is okay to try everything and find which one works for you, but ultimately, you have to find one that you are comfortable to do and that can be done consistently. So these are some things that I think you need to keep in mind along the journey to financial freedom. I hope you got some value from this video, and if yes, please like and subscribe to this channel. More videos are on the way.